Well, I found another video that is really doozy and it pertains to AI. So sit back, watch the video, and I'll come back because I have a lot of things to say about this particular video, not the individual himself, but what he's saying as well conveying in the video. I really want to have like an input with it. So listen to what he has to say about AI and I'll come back and I'll finish the rest with my input, okay?
Being against AI art is ableist. Get ready for the biggest boing flip of your life. Not only is being against generative AI not ableist, being in favor and using generative AI for art is ableist. First, I want to make something clear. Art is not a product. It is not the end result. Art is a craft. Art is a process. And for as long as human beings have been making art, disabled human beings have been making art. To assert that generative AI is somehow uniquely beneficial to disabled people, allowing them to now create art, both is dismissive of past and present disabled artists. Not only have disabled people been making art for as long as humanity is making art, because disabled people are human, in modern times, disabled people, a lot of them are surviving from their art. For people with a disability, whether it is physical or mental, that makes it to where a typical office job or a retail or food service job is non-viable, being able to create art and find a way to make a living off of that through like commissions and things like that has been a boon to the disabled community, especially with the advent of the internet. So the artists that are now losing and having a harder time finding work as a result of people promoting generative AI are the ones being hurt the most. And do you know what else hurts disabled people the most? Climate change and poisoned water. You know, the things that the power centers necessary to run things like generative AI are accelerating even further. In almost all situations involving large-scale public health, disabled people start to get hurt first. We saw this in the pandemic of the last few years. We're seeing it in Gaza, and we're seeing it in pollution, that generative AI is inherently making infinitely worse. And yes, the inspiration of this video is somebody I'm not going to tag, and I'm going to delete any snitch tags I might see. But they self-identified as disabled and said that AI art is helping them make art. And so I'm going to treat you like everybody that I would treat who is able that uses generative AI art. And I'm going to call you a fucking loser.
All right, I'm back. And let me just say this, like using AI as per to be creative, let alone when it comes to writing a book or let's say painting, or you want to create some type of art per se, doesn't mean nor you have a disability, because you want to know why? Disabled people outright can still be creative without AI. Yeah, you know, it doesn't take an algorithm or programming to do that for you, or let alone if you're disabled in any capacity whatsoever, in which I can say firmly that using AI as per to be creative just makes you fucking lazy. Because you want to know why? Because like, since I'm currently in college at the moment and I'm almost done getting my master's, that being said, when it comes to the usage of AI, right, my college has a zero tolerance policy with that when it comes to students writing as per using AI, let alone when it comes to the work, when it comes to the final papers or term papers whatsoever. Yeah, like they get real finicky about that, but if you get caught, let alone exposed whilst, you know, using it, well, in more or less so in that capacity or instance, right, that it's either that your grade will get a zero or you will just get automatically kicked out. But my point is with this video, right? Using AI just makes you lazy, outright, you know, and to say that it's a necessity, right? If you're disabled, it's just really disingenuous, and it's really fucking stupid as well. You know, people need to stop using programming or AI when it comes to their work, and especially if they want to be creative. If you want to be creative on something, let's say you want to write or draw, all you have to do is very simple, right? All you have to do is use your head. It's very simple. I know it's very hard to do something very creative or very elaborate, because we all want to be, you know, famous in some way, right? But in order to do that, you had to put the effort and you had to have the motivation for it. Meaning, you have to use your brain when it comes to that, not half-ass it, or use some kind of technological thing to help you that quick, because you know AI is not always a go-to thing when it comes to this particular issue in general. I hope that makes sense, but there you go.